Hi everyone! This is your Jee Sifu from Teen Jet Dragon's YouTube channel, and welcome to today every week school session. So before we begin, we gotta act like a pro. So you see, that's not what you want to see. That's what you want to see. Okay, so act like a pro, and there you go. Wow, close up. Okay, so today we got some questions from our disciples and also our believers. So I'm not gonna like say who said it because it's kind of annoying. So I will just basically have it all on my little phone here, and I'll read out the question and I'll answer them. But today we got to set a topic because YouTube is annoying. You need to set a title, right? I can't just say school session, right? That's kind of hard for people to search. So maybe today I will say something like the theme today, well, based on a question. I would say it's very much like a newbie entry to the Tao. Enter the Tao. Entry no. Taoist knowledge for beginner, like that. Okay. I'll use something like that. Okay. So you get it, but basically it's a FAQ or a Q&A kind of thing. So we need to answer people's question. Last week and the week before, we didn't go through those like question mode because it was kind of busy and I cannot organize these things. So today, one of my disciples organized it for me. So nice. So we can get through this. Okay. So everyone, let's get ready. Okay. So number one. What is the general guide or rules when it comes to the number of incense stick we use for praying? Okay, first of all, burn incense. Why do we burn incense at the altar? Well, simply said, incense is a timer. Okay, in ancient time, there's no watch, phone, that kind of timer. So in order to count time, you burn a stick of incense and then you give it to someone and say, okay, I give you this much time. Okay, before it finished burning, you come back and report to me and you're on time. So basically people work, let's say you have a lunch break, okay? Then you go to this manager and the manager gives you one incense and light it for you. And now you hold this and you can eat lunch. Before the thing burn out, you can come back and then let me know. And if the fire is still there, it means that you're on time. So people will rush and finish their lunch before that incense stick runs out. So basically it's a timer. Now, the incense in the pot, like why do we burn incense for the God? It's basically saying, I am spending the time with the God and I want the God to spend the time with me. So what do you mean by spend the time? Well, imagine that God is at the altar right there. Like you can imagine the altar is like a computer and the other end, okay, like the other side is the God. The God is like looking at you through their webcam, you're like Zoom meeting, okay? So you want the Zoom meeting to begin with the God, then you need to burn that incense, just like, oh, let me insert the coin and the machine turns on. So that's why. And then the God understands why you are here. And you're here to connect, to talk, or what? Or show me stuff, or what? Okay, what are you doing? So how many incense sticks equals to what you're trying to do with the God? Okay, so if I burn one incense, it's like, okay, I want the God to acknowledge me and like just know I'm here. That's it. Okay, intention, connection. So if I just want the God to know I'm here and look at me, that's one. Okay, one incense. So usually every day, if you are like very minimal burning stuff, okay, one incense is okay. It means that you're here. Okay, I'm here. And the God on the other side is like, okay, I see you. Hi, like that. And basically you burn incense to let them look at you, see you. And well, what are you going to do? You're going to stand there. Hi, like that. Good morning, like that. So it built a connection. Every day and night, you burn one incense to let the God know you're here and you connect with the God. It's not as like mysterious that you think. It's not like that like complex. It's basically like, okay, like mom and dad is here. Every day and night you go and find mom and dad and say hi, and they go like hi. So connection built, right? That's basically what one instance does, and it's very minimal. Okay, is it okay? Is it enough? Well, I would say if you're a beginner, sure, right? But if you are not a beginner, you should burn more incense, and not just burning incense alone. It's like you burn incense and you do stuff. It's not just, oh, I burn incense, that's it. No, not like that. Okay, so we also burn 3 incense. When do we want to burn? What happened to my tongue? What happened? Why why do you want to burn 3 incense? Okay, 3 incense is when you want the other side to connect with you and communicate, build that communication with you. Okay, so that the thought, the thinking, the mind, the thing, whatever you want to call it, okay, the thinking can pass through this altar to them, and they can pass to me. So basically, 3 is very common. Every day, like including myself, I will burn 3 incense for the altar, the whole altar, together like that, like for the top deck. Okay, so 3 incense is basically like you want to talk, not just them to look at you. You want them to talk with you, right? How do God talk? Okay, God do talk to you. Okay, but they don't talk like, hi guys, what's up? They don't talk with English or Chinese, not even Chinese. They don't talk like that. They talk by giving you that energy that spark up your thinking and your inspiration and all that. So for example, you tell the God, like you hold the incense, okay? So you're like, okay, God, I'm here. Today I want to tell you that I'm going out to send a package, and then I'm going to do this, and then I'm going to come back. Okay, so the God knows, okay, oh, you're going to send a package. Well, if the God like you and actually care for you, they will be like, let me see. There's something like danger ahead. Danger ahead. So the God wants to let you know, oh, danger, don't go, okay? What will the God do? The God will like do something at the back, and then you will feel suddenly, after you burn incense, like, I think I have something else to do. Oh, I need to go here and buy something. And then you went there and buy something, and you drag about like 15 minutes, and then you prevent yourself banging into the accident, because the God can see the future, right? So the God can see this place, 15 minutes. If you go there like earlier, 15 minutes, you will be in the accident. So the God will kind of push you a certain way and make you feel like, oh, maybe I should get something. Oh, maybe, oh, shoot, I want to poop, And then you go to the washroom and you start pooping, and oops, there goes 15 minutes, something like that. So you will hear and listen to the God, and you have no chance of saying anything. Like, it's basically the God say something and you will do it already, because it's that energy is pre-heaven. Pre-heaven means that it goes into you and it goes directly into you, and you feel it and you act it already. You won't be listening and think the God is like telling you, you know what, later on, 15 minutes, there's the accident. It won't be like that, okay? It won't be like that. The God don't speak in Chinese or English like that with you. So it will just push and bang, and then you will already get the message. So that's something that it's very interesting. If you have a real altar that is actually activated, your God will let you know a lot of things. And well, just like today, I was cleaning up my place and trying to clean up my house. And I burned incense in the morning, and I told my God that, I'm going to clean my house today. So that's my plan. And my goal is that I want to get my place sorted out so it doesn't look like a mess, and especially the stuff at the back, okay? If you look at my past video, at the back, there's like a bunch of black stuff there. Like a lot of the gun case and a lot of different things, black bunch of whatever. And it's so messy. I don't know how to tidy it up. So I asked the God for help. So after that, I start working today, and the God tell me what to do. So I just take whatever I need, and then bam, I don't think. Okay, the God say, turn on this music, okay, and just let go. And then, well, I don't even have to think. You just go and do it. And then after 2.5 hours, bam, wow, look at that. It's totally different. So I'm so happy about that. And especially the outcome, which looks really, really clean right now. And I like that so much. So anyway, that's the example of how God can talk to me. Okay, so you can also do that if you are a disciple in the lineage and you have your heart spell, you have your Tao name heart spell, and also you have your altar. You can be able to do that as well. And it just takes time, because your altar just started and the God there, it's very new, and you won't be able to hear them or like get their message, right? But if you keep going, you will see your God will lead you and guide you all the time, and it's really, really effective. So really cool about that kind of communication. Okay, so 3 is talking and communication. Basically, right now, okay, for this believer, I run out of time, so I just say 1 or 3. Okay, if you just run out of time, I'm just here to show up. 1 incense. If you want to talk, 3 incense. Okay, hold 3 incense and stomp your heart spell and talk. Talking, okay, in your mind. You don't have to say, hi, oh the God. You're not making a movie, okay? So you don't need to say it out. It's inside your mind. So when you burn incense, another thing is you hold the incense here at the heart, okay, and you stomp the heart spell to connect. Boom, boom, and you stomp the left foot. After that, you bring it up here, okay, and then you talk. You close your eyes and you talk inside. After you're done, okay, pull away, okay, like this, pull away, and then use the head to bang into here. So don't move your hand. 1, 2, 3, okay, just like that. So your head goes, but not the hand. 2, 3. That means, okay, communication, right? 1 time, bow, and then put it in, okay? So that's how you burn incense. Next one. This is, okay, I am reading a book called 道德經 by Lao Tzu. In this book, there are 81 beautiful poems. Oh my goodness, what? I have a question about something I read in the last one. It says, the knot and the laces, what? Could you explain what are those knots? And I don't understand. Also, another question, is there a traditional Taoist book? Is it a good one? I admit I love reading it. Okay, so this is actually a newbie. First of all, trash the book. You don't need books, okay? Like, I mean, you can have books, but this is garbage, okay? What you're reading is wasting your time. That's not, like, it's not even in Taoism yet. It's almost like a entry baby guidebook to get into Taoism. So if you actually have a master right now, like you're already ordained or you're already initiated, right? You have a real master teaching you. You don't need that kind of stuff. This is basically like promo stuff that people use to get you into something. So when you're into something, you don't need that stuff, okay? And other thing is, whenever you see it's a beautiful poem, it translates to bullshit, okay? Because why? Because the actual teaching is not beautiful, okay? It's not poetic. There is no poetic in real teaching. Yeah, I'm telling you this, okay? You try to teach someone cooking and you go poetic, you're wasting your time. Okay, come on, this is not like Shakespeare time, okay? So speak in human language, something that people understand. Direct message. Go put the egg into the pan and fry it. Ah, look at the egg. The egg is so beautiful with the golden light shining over and whatever. Come on, okay? Can you just get to the point? Okay, those who know stuff do not go poetic. Those who doesn't know, they go poetic and vague, and they speak like poets because they don't know what they're doing. Okay, I'm not saying that the author of 道德經 is a scammer. I'm saying the translator who interpreted is bullshitting because they are trying to sell you a book. And then a lot of stuff like that happens in like the bookshelf. Okay, whenever they translate stuff from the Chinese to the English or other language, this happened. Why? because they need to sell, right? You need to put your book there and people need to buy it. So if you don't write it nicely, okay, like if you say it in plain baby English, like even a normal Chinese who just went to Canada and they don't even know how to speak English, they can look at the book and understand. It's not going to sell, okay? So that's the truth. If something is not fancy, it's not bestseller and it cannot sell. So people who translate, they want to show off. They want to tell you that, oh, I know a lot in language, But the thing is, you know what? You get the whole message wrong. Okay? So 99.9% of those so-called Tao Te Ching translation is wrong. So you don't have to listen to that stuff. Now, the content of the Tao Te Ching is written in very, very, very ancient Chinese. So that means even the Chinese today, they don't use that language anymore. They don't speak like that, and they don't understand this kind of Chinese. Okay? So you can see, like, basically you're like trying to be Shakespeare in the modern days, and you're speaking in like thou art, whatever. It doesn't make sense. So don't read those old stuff. That doesn't make sense. If you have a real person here teaching you, you stick to the real person and you will get what you want. Okay? Now, very simple. If you talk about Tao Te Ching, okay? This the scripture. What is Tao Te? Okay, well, let me just use like less than 5 minutes to explain the whole thing. Okay? The whole thing is a pattern. Tao Te, the Tao. Okay? In Taoism, the Tao. Okay? Tao Gao, Taoism. Okay? Tao Gao. Tao is, what is it Tao? Tao is the leader force that leads a leader. Okay, so if you say inside your family, you have mom, dad, okay, not your family, inside a family, there's mom, dad, and there's a brother and a sister. Okay, it's 4 people. So the father can be said is the leader of the family. Okay, so how can I like have someone or something that can lead the father? Well, the father goes to find a job, and the job, like that big boss, can pay the father, right? So that boss becomes the boss of this family. So the Tao of this family is the boss of that new company. Very simple, right? So you see, if you are born here, you are supposed to be your own boss right here. And your mom and dad is your boss, your upper. They set where you go. They basically plan most of your stuff for your whole life, like where you're going to live, what school you're going to go to, what you're going to eat. Basically, you follow them, right? So they become your boss. When you're young, they are your Tao. But then as you grow up, you realize you become yourself, more independent, and also they are not enough to feed you everything. They don't know everything in life. You bang into some stuff you don't have, they don't have, who have, right? So you need to find a boss of the boss, or something that can lead you, okay, which is not your ordinary boss, or boss, the boss. Okay, so yeah, so finding that boss, which is what? Which is your God. So you find one God, one lineage, or a lineage with a bunch of God. Okay, look, you find a path that can guide you for the rest of your life, and also onward. So in Taoism, all the Taoism sects, it's all with the same pattern, but they're not related. Just like a lot of electronic companies, they all build phones and tablets and stuff, but they're not the same company. They don't share the bank account. They don't share technology. They don't share anything. Okay, they're just different, but they're in the same category. Taoism is like that. So Taoism has a bunch of lineage and sect. They all fall into the same category, but they are not connected. Even they might have similar things, but they are not connected. Just like Google, Apple, Microsoft, they all sell kind of tablet, phones, things like that. They are not connected. Okay, so now the Tao is one of those paths that you can choose, which they will have 3 things for you. Okay, all of these lineage, including here, this one, all have 3 things for you. One is basically the Tao, the path. Where are you going to go? When you follow this path, where are you going? Okay, after you're dead here, where are you going if you follow this path? Well, it's kind of like simply saying someone in Christian, right? You believe in them, you go to what they call heaven, or if you go like believe in Buddhists, they have a what they call the Western paradise. Like that's something you will go to after you're dead. So here you also have somewhere or some place that you go to after you're dead, and that is where the power comes from. That is where the power of the lineage comes from. When you use the Taoist magic, that is where the power comes from. Okay, so basically, the first thing is your Tao. Where are you going? Secondly, is the methods and the stuff that you can use, the tools to get you there. And the third is the teachings and the teachers. Now there are three teachers. One is the human teacher, which is us or your uppers in the lineage that is supposed to be teaching you directly. And then once you build the altar, there are also two more teachers. One teacher is at the altar, which is called your Zhou Si. When you're at home, that God is your teacher. It's local and it will teach you stuff. And the second one is inside yourself. It's when you ordain, it's put inside yourself. We also call that your Sifu, but that is called the Yam Si, the inside internal teacher. And that teacher teaches you stuff as you do things. Even you're away from the altar, you can still communicate and hear from this Sifu later on. So that's the three kind of teacher that you'll get. So basically, with the three things, you'll be able to cultivate your way to achieve that destination, like to get there at the end of your life. You will die and you will go there. That's basically why you enter Taoism. Now, during the meanwhile, while you're alive, the whole lineage, the stuff is going to help you go through different hurdles and things like that. If you run into problems, you can use these things to solve your problem. Okay? So, Taoists believe in one thing. Ourselves is not enough. We need somewhat like a God or some kind of higher power to lead us and help us. That's why whenever we bang into anything, we request help from the gods. That's basically what Taoism is like, okay? Taoism, all sects, any kind of sect, it's the same. It's just the difference is what is your God, where is your source, where are you going? And so it's just a different destination, different God up there, but it's the same pattern, okay? So what is Tak? So now the Tao is like you found the Tao already, right? The God. The Tak is, okay, you get stuff from them. You get the help, right? How to give back. Giving back to the heart. Giving back to where you take from. That's the Tak, okay? So you have to know how to request from the God. Now, how to give back. What the God need or want from you, right? They don't want like, oh, let me give you back some magic power. I don't need your magic power. I gave you magic power. I have a lot. I don't need it, okay? So what do they need? The most basic thing is like parent. Okay, the parent give money and time and all that into the kid that and like feed them, bring them to school and all that. You don't need them to like give you money right away, right? So what do you want? Oh, you want to see them happy. You want to see they appreciate, they like it, like that kind of thing. So when you get help from the God, after that, you want to show the God, oh, I'm so thankful, so grateful for all these help. And when you show that, that is already your Tak, okay? The Tak, okay, the virtue, three things. One is from the heart, which is the feeling of appreciation. Second is the mouth, which is you talk and say it out to the God when you go and burn incense. You tell them, oh, thank you for the help yesterday. I really like that, And then after you're saying that, is action, doing. How do you do things to appreciate the God? For example, you use an altar, okay? You're going to tidy up the altar. Basically, it's like you use the place, you tidy up the place, now the place is clean and happy again. Now, to appreciate and show your appreciation to the God, okay, you have to think about where does your God come from? How is it like there? Well, because of the lineage. If not because of the lineage, I won't be able to connect to them, right? So you want to keep the lineage growing and going so that more people can be helped, right? So you contribute to the lineage, and that will allow you and more other people to be getting the same kind of help from the God, that just like how you do. Okay, so how to do that? Well, you can to give like money offerings. You can get online and help like teach the other newbies that are more newbies than you and guide them on the right path. You can do a lot of things. especially if you like get into the higher rank in the lineage. You can help out with what we call like missions in the lineage, and like do work in the lineage. So there are things that you can do. So if you keep learning, you're already like not giving up, and you keep learning, and you proactively want to like help out. That is already how you can give back. That's the real virtue. Okay. Now, the whole book of the Tao Te Ching basically talk about a pattern, saying like, okay, you look at the sun and the moon, and then the nature, and that's how the cycle goes. So it's like the sky rains down to the ground, and the ground give birth to this, and now this, splash out the oxygen, and then whatever, and it gives back to the nature. And it explains the whole nature, how it cycle, and that's how it keeps going. So if you understand basically what I just said, you get it already. You don't need all that fancy crap that tells you how it cycle, okay? The main point is you found your God, you ask God for help when you need, ask more and more until you don't have any more things, and then, okay, and then after you got all the help, you have to give back. Okay, so that you make the God happy and want to keep helping you. That is plain human language, and I know it's over 5 minutes, but you got it. That's the whole book of the Tao Te Ching already. So basically, that's it. That's the Tao and Tek, okay? The Tao and Te, the virtue. What are the commitments after ordained and punishment if not fulfilled? Okay, punishment. Ooh, we don't have punishment if you don't like whatever. Okay, in the lineage here, the commitment is just what I said. Okay, that's just what I said. Okay, you take, then you give back. You show your appreciation. That's it. Okay, you keep going, and then you grow with the lineage, and basically you will be happy here. Now, if you don't give back, what happened? Well, it's like someone help you, and you're not appreciating that, and you're not being grateful. Eventually, that person won't like you so much, then you will get less and less and less help because of how you behave, right? So you create your future. You don't want people to keep giving you stuff, then you'll be an asshole, and you don't give back, and you don't appreciate. Well, then they will eventually want to detach from you, and then you know what happened? The Tao kicked you away. So what happened if the Tao kicks you away? You will suddenly feel, this is not for me. Too stressful. I don't want to do this. And then you will want to quit. Yeah, it's from you. Because the Tao splashed that power to you. You don't hear it like how human talks to you. You feel as if it is yourself right away. So you go, I don't like you. Go away. And then you will say, I don't like this. I want to go away. And then you will want to quit. So those people who just withdraw after a while because they're such an asshole, well, that's what is happening. So the God kick you away, you act like that. We get used to it. Okay, one more question. I have heard we are fortunate to have been given this human life at all. What role does this current lifetime for us play into the whole scheme of things as far as soul moving on to another dimension? I don't know where you get this from, but it's not from me, okay? You're not given a human life. It's basically you're cycled to here because you're done with what's before. The whole thing is very complex, so I don't want to get into this, but the main point is the point of this life is the preparation to the end point when you die. So you can choose after you're dead where you want to go, how you want to die, and so on. So if you don't prepare yourself, when you die, you're very screwed because you never prepared, right? So you'll be suffering. Now, if you did prepare, you won't be as suffering. And if you have someone at the other end of some other world wanting to catch you, okay, to bring you over for a life there, then you have a place to go. So basically, for us, we go to Dai Tin and we know where we're going. So that's why it's so nice to be in this lineage. Anyway, so you can ask more online because it's a big topic. Let's go over time. Is it appropriate to wear hat or robes in public? Okay, first of all, when you wear the hat and the robe, you represent someone. Like, I don't just wear the robe here because it looks cool. Okay? I wear the robe and hat because I represent my identity right now as this identity. This identity represents the lineage and also the celestial court power. So I am here spreading this knowledge on behalf of the gods right here, and that's why I'm wearing this robe. If I'm here doing a ceremony and I'm talking with the gods as well, I will also be wearing this robe and hat. So if you're outside and you're not doing anything related to these, you should not be wearing the robe and hat. Okay. Now, one very fun story is that in Japan, there's a there's not fast food. It's a food delivery worker that made a documentary of her life, everyday life, on YouTube. And you know what? The one thing that's very funny is she wake up, okay, and she have to be in her own clothing. And then she ride a bike and go to work. And then when she arrive at work, she have to go change into the uniform. And then she work and she wear that uniform. And then it's lunchtime. She have to put on a jacket and cover everything up. And you're not supposed to show your uniform when you're eating outside or doing other things like that. That's how it is. And basically same to this, okay? You don't wear your robe and hat just because they look cool outside, okay? You are representing something. And are you representing the lineage and stuff to go outside and eat lunch? You're not. Then you don't wear those robes. If you represent, then you do, okay? So it depends. So for most disciples who are asking question here, okay, you are not a high-level disciple, so you won't even be able to represent the lineage to do something outside. So don't wear these hats and robe outside. Okay, you wear them when you're at the altar doing things. Why do we have 2 Tao hats to wear? What? Okay, so I'm not really sure who asked this, but he asked, he or she asked why we have 2 Tao hats. No, not 2. We have a bunch. Okay, a lot. We have not just 2. We have a bunch of Tao hats. Okay, so there are different hats you wear, and when you wear that, it represents the power that you bring to yourself and what are you doing. Okay, just like the police wear the police hat is the police, the chef have the chef hat is a chef. So whatever hat you wear represent what your role is and what you're doing right now. And also it's a magic tool as well. Okay. Last question is, are we all star? If not, what are we? We are human beings. Okay. I don't know what she's asking. Are we all star? I'm not sure, but I think, okay, she may be thinking like we are a star. Okay. I don't know where that come from, but not from me. Okay. We are human being. Okay. You can see a Incense is like a star, which is your spiritual planetary body, but it's not a star. It's basically a spiritual planet body of you. And that, we have to dig into it in another session because we're over with the time now. So basically, yeah, we are human beings. So don't think so much. Now, this time with all these questions, I can see a lot of newbies are very confused because they are not emptying their cups. When they come in to learn, they bring in a bunch of garbage and then they like, oh, back then I saw this. Back then I heard this. What does it mean? Okay, throw all these crap away and you will learn much better. Because when you're here, your only source of knowledge about these things is here. So you go online or our forum and ask questions and learn there. When you learn there, this is like 100% from us. And if you have question, you ask us, we'll give you the answer. But if you take others people teaching, I mean, like, what if their stuff is wrong? What if their stuff is not even related to what I'm saying? You get the whole thing confused, and it's not like that. Okay, so do not bring other things with you. Just bring yourself. When you come in here, bring yourself. Okay, and then you learn here. Being pure. What does it mean by pure? Well, I am a pure orange. It means I'm only orange with nothing else. Okay, so you're pure Samlo Taoist. You should ditch all the non-Samlo stuff which confuse you and they are impurities which stop you and distract you from really understanding what you're learning in the lineage. Anyway, so that's it for today. There's a bunch of questions and I already ran out of time. So we'll see you next week. And hope you guys enjoy the weekend. And it's a new month. We have started the July monthly Tao lesson. and we have some new people come in, and it's really good. So if you are already ordained, you can also join that lesson. And this month we have special deals, so check out that and talk to us online and know more about it. You'll enjoy the classes. It's really fun. So we'll see you next time. Bye bye. Remember to subscribe and like. Bye bye.